Hi everyone, so today we're going to be talking about algebra. And the two concepts that we're going to talk about are separate problems and part-whole problems. So I kind of want to go over some connections that the students are going to be using. So we're going to be using, for our separate problem, we're going to be using subtraction. And for this, we're going to have to regroup in base 10, so that's one connection. Then the second connection is equality and inverse relationships between addition and subtraction. For one of our problems, we're going to take a number over the equal sign algebraically to figure the problem out. And whenever you do that, that means you have to take the inverse. So if the problem was originally subtraction and you take it over the equal sign, you have to turn it into addition. And we are going to also, for our third connection, be using forwards counting, and that's going to be connected to addition because you kind of have to, in order to forwards count, you have to know how to add. So with that being said, let's start with our first word problem, and this is going to be a separate problem. So our word problem is Colin has 27 pieces of candy. Colin then ate some of his candy. How many pieces of candy did Colin eat if there were 18 pieces of candy left? Okay, so let's break this down. So it says Colin had 27 pieces of candy. So let's write 27 on our board. So, and then he ate some pieces of his candy. So by that, we know that we have to subtract some number that he ate. And then it said, how many pieces of candy did Colin eat if there were 18 pieces of candy left? So we're going to write in our 18 over the equal sign. So our original 27 pieces minus our unknown pieces of candy equals our 18 pieces of candy that were left after Colin got done. So for this problem, one way I want to look at this is we want to have our whole part 27, and I'm going to represent it like this by this little cube stick thingy. And so then it says he ate, we don't know how many pieces he ate, but he left at 18 pieces. Or he had 18 pieces of candy left. So we're going to represent it by this 18 right here with our 27. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reverse count or backwards count backwards. And I'm just going to do it, let's try a jump by 5 first. So 27 minus 5 is going to be 22. And I don't think we can make another 5 jump. So let's just do a jump by 2 this time. And that's going to put us at 20. So 20. Now, what we're going to do is, how many jumps will it take us to get to 18? It should take us 2 jumps by 1. So there are 2 jumps by 1 to get to 18. Now, for us to know how many pieces Colin actually ate, we need to add those numbers up. So we have a 5, a 2, a 1, and a 1. So a 5, a 2, a 1, and a 1. And those are the jumps we made. So now let's add those together. And that put us at 9 pieces of candy. So I want to check this to make sure it's right. So I'm going to go ahead and erase our little line. I'm going to put 9 right here. 27 minus 9. So I'm just going to line that up, 27 minus 9. 27 minus 9. So I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to regroup that into 1. And then I'm going to carry a 1. And then I'm going to subtract 17 minus 9, which is 8. And 1 minus 0 is 1. 18. So 9 is our answer. Okay, now for our second problem. It is, which this is a part-whole problem. So there are 13 boys and 19 girls in Miss Apple's class. How many children total are in Miss Apple's 5th grade class? So we're going to set this up so we have 13 boys and 19 girls. So I have these written. And so we want to know how many total students are in Miss Apple's class. So we have our part of the boys and our part of the girls, and we need to know the whole total of students. So I just set this up as 13 plus 19, which is our 13 boys plus our 19 girls, will give us how many total students. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to, I kind of want to do it the same way as we did the last problem. So this is going to be representative of our 13 and then our 19. So this is our 13 and then our 19. So we've joined these two parts together. So we're just going to go ahead and add those. So 9 plus 3 is 12. We need to carry our 1. So, and then we have 1 plus 1 plus another 1 is going to be 3. So that, according to this, the total number of students in Miss Apple's class is 32. So we're going to erase our line and go ahead and write 32 right there. But I want to check this to make sure it's right. So we're going to take our total number, and we're just going to pick either the boys or the girls and subtract it from the 32. So I'll just pick the boys. So 32 minus 13. So we're going to borrow from our 3, and that'll become a 2. We're going to add a 1. So 12 minus 3 is going to be 9. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So 32 students minus 13 boys is 19 girls. That tells us that our answer, 32, is correct. And that is my D&E on algebra. Thank you for listening.